First of all, Joyner, please relax. You know what I'm saying? The Bible does say, come as you are. But that doesn't mean you have to walk into the cathedral with a bottle of Hennessy. Please relax, sir. He's got something on his chest. Let's go. Let's let him cook.
Father, forgive me. I'm staring at this Bible as I keep glancing. Dear Lord, I got questions and I need answers. I'm trying to understand your vision. All I see is damage. Just a bunch of dead bodies in the street camping. A bunch of lost souls on their feet standing. We supposed to be your children. I thought we family. You supposed to be my father, bro. I need answers. We don't need to die young. We just need chances. Tired of living on the edge, so we keep scrambling.
Right.
Trying to talk to these strippers, but they keep dancing. We just want to be number one like Steve.
Trying to talk to these strippers, but they keep dancing. Trying to talk to them as in what? As in trying to get them to change the lifestyle. You're trying to turn one of these, you ladies into a housewife. Maybe all of the above. But they keep dancing. He's saying, look, the more you try to kind of, give people some wisdom, the more they try to, persist in the shortcuts. Respectfully, listen, David in the Bible had this kind of conversation with God when he was running from Saul. He was running from King Saul, and he was hiding in a cave. And, he said things to God like, why do the wicked always prosper? When is it my turn, right? David had already been anointed king, but here he is hiding in a cave from the ex-king who's trying to kill him, right? Who's jealous of him, right? I mean, so let me know in the comments below, correspond with me. Is this kind of conversation with God okay? Or, would we consider this sacrilege? Continue, sir.
Keep scrambling, trying to talk to these strippers, but they keep dancing. We just want to be number one like Steve Francis. Bow our head, say a prayer, now the seeds planted. Everywhere I turn, I'm seeing MCs vanish. Lot of good niggas gone, I don't understand it. Lot of families lost and they seeds stranded. I ain't trying to disrespect you, I just need answers. I know you watching us from heaven thinking who to save. Cherry picking who should go next and who should stay. I'd be on my way to heaven if I knew the way. And bring back every good nigga you choose to take.
Now listen, my fellow mystics understand. I'm not necessarily in this particular race. The God that I believe in doesn't have desires, because those desires would render that God unfulfilled. And an unfulfilled God is not the greatest conceivable being. I mean, I think about these things a lot in my mind. But, Joyner says, God appears to be choosing. God appears to have in front of him a landscape of options. And, it's like, why would you take these guys and leave these people here? A lot of people have had these kind of questions before. He's putting them together, though. Let's go.
I'd be on my way to heaven if I knew the way. And bring back every good nigga you choose to take. They say you never wrong, but you done made a few mistakes. Cause you taking the wrong niggas, maybe you should trade. Trade us back all the real ones, remove the fakes. I think you should trade. Give us 2 pop back and take that nigga shook. Let the legend resurrect that he gon' live for good. I be screaming thug life in every different hood. If only you can bring him back, Lord, I wish you would. Give us Biggie, give us Pun, give us Triple X. Take that nigga Trump with you, that's a bigger threat. There's too much power.
That's the thing about Joyner. Joyner can really, really, really rap, but he's always saying something. There's substance underneath it. We definitely need more of that. And it sounds like he's really kind of pouring his heart out on this one. Guys, correspond with me here. He's making some points.
Give us Pun, give us Triple X. Take that nigga Trump with you, that's a bigger threat. There's too much power for a coward with no intellect. That's a bigger with a collar, there's a disconnect. Niggas dying, mama crying, grandma need a tissue. Niggas shooting up a church, now I need a pistol. All them niggas still living, you don't see the issue. But how you taste a leader, then you take a leader with you. I ain't trying to disrespect, just need a meter with you. I ain't trying to overstep, just want a reason with you. Give us back our loved ones and take the evil with you.
See, he's saying, I'm not trying to disrespect, I'm trying to reason with you. He's like, look, if I can't keep it a buck with God, then who can I keep it a buck with? You know what I mean? God knows the position of my heart anyway. And I'm talking about all kinds of knowledge, participatory knowing, right? Jesus dealt with, internal struggles, though he did so gracefully and without sin. Right. So Joyner is, he's kind of reminding both God and the listener. It's like, listen, I don't mean any disrespect by this, but I'm just trying to be transparent here.
I ain't trying to overstep, just want to reason with you.
Right.
Give us back our loved ones and take the evil with you. Send them suckers straight to hell, they don't need a vigil. I need you to give us back Martin Luther. Take Martin Shkreli. Give us back Malcolm. Take R. Kelly. R.I.P. Lil Snoop. Get that boy's life back. Take Eric Holder. Give us Eric Wright.
Now, hear me out. He said, give us Martin Luther King back. Give us Malcolm X back. But I think that Malcolm X and Martin Luther King were the seeds in the soil. You know, they have to negate in order to become the bigger thing, right? It's almost like, you know, when Jesus said, look, I have to go away for the Holy Spirit to come. The Word of God, which arrives in various different forms, at least according to me, right? It has to self-negate, which isn't to say that it was good that Malcolm X and Martin Luther King were taken out. Of course not. But, you know, in the wake of their deaths came something, I think, far more beautiful than they ever could have imagined. I think Martin Luther King predicted to the year that the black president would arrive. Look this up. You know, I may be, you know, hold on. Just give me a second. I'm going to consult the oracle on this one. I'm not sure. Don't just believe me. Take what I have to say with a grain of salt. Did Martin Luther King say that if things continue the way that they were going, that we would see the first black president in X amount of years? And wasn't he pretty much right with the arrival of Obama?
Let me check that. Yes, there is a well-documented quote. In December 1964, during a BBC interview, King was asked about a prediction that a black president could be elected in about 40 years. King responded that it could happen sooner, saying something like 25 years or less. So, by that math, he'd been pointing to the late 1980s. Obama was elected in 2008, so King's estimate didn't match the timeline exactly, but it was still a bold expression of optimism for its time.
Got you. So he wasn't like exactly on, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, look, Martin Luther King only was taken from us if he didn't leave anything in you, right? But Martin Luther King was more than a human being. Martin Luther King was a way of being. I don't want to get too preachy. I'm gonna let Joyner continue.
R.I.P. Lil Snoop, get that boy's life back. Take Eric Holder, give us Eric Wright back. I'm sending you this message, Lord, I hope you hit me right back. They say I'm on the wrong train, I know I'm on the right track. Cause Trayvon Gordon all he did was try to fight back. Zimmerman walk around free, we don't like that. Why you take our mothers from us? Fathers and our sisters and our cousins from us. Got these children getting murdered while they double dutching. Wonder why the fuck you take Nipsey Hussle from us.
See, he's in the church cussing. Guys, listen, a lot of times we think of the cathedral, we think of the church as a place, you know, that, you know, where you have to leave all those kinds of things at the door. But at the same time, we say, you know, come as you are. And the only way to free ourselves from that double bind is to understand. You know, maybe you say it's not appropriate, but you understand. You know, it's like, say, man, you cussing in the church with a thing of Hennessy, you know what I'm saying, kind of going at God. It's a very powerful, contrast.
Got these children getting murdered while they double dutching. Wonder why the fuck you take Nipsey Hussle from us. Damn, you took a true king, a true brother from us. This a fucking marathon, but they running from us. Now everybody got guns, niggas up to something. And every gangster wanna prove that they tough or something.
The Nipsey Hussle thing was particularly tragic to me because of everything. I mean, listen, I didn't follow Nipsey Hussle extremely closely, right? But I saw him on The Breakfast Club. I saw him on a lot of interviews, and whenever I saw him on interviews, he's talking about bringing gang culture together and stopping the violence and, you know, starting, you know, to kind of teach people business and, you know, all of these things to where they didn't necessarily have to use the streets as the only avenue to success. And, you know, I was really beginning to follow him, you know, because of his intellectual, I mean, he's a very wise person, it seemed to me, especially for his age. And then to see that he had died, you know, a couple of weeks later, you know, after at least I was starting to get, you know, into the deeper wisdom that Nipsey Hussle had to offer, which, you know, it struck me as particularly tragic, for sure.
Now everybody got guns, niggas up to something. And every gangster wanna prove that they tough or something. You know it's not fair, tell the truth. I've been in my feelings too. But if you took Emmett Till, at least take Dylan Roof. At least take James Holmes. I ain't even mad at that. Just bring back Whitney and give us Michael Jackson back. Feds want me and then slam it down. Ain't no justice for Sandra Bland, we up like a sailing fan. Lord, if you listen, I'm just looking for a hand in hand. Take out the fuck niggas and give us back our fam again. Drowning in my tears, trying to pray for something. Wonder why you give us life for you to take it from us. Wonder why you give us family, then erase it from us. Maybe hopefully you can have a conversation with us. Maybe I'm just probably tripping cause I need a hug. The hood can't find jobs, now we need a plug. Everybody and their mama trying to be a thug. I don't go to church cause I'm afraid of being judged. I've been staring at the ceiling as I lie in bed, watching niggas follow trends like Simon says. I pray you give us back the real ones and try again. Or maybe take them niggas that deserve to die instead. Tommy Lauren run her mouth and then she get defensive. Lauren Ingram laughing at death and disrespecting. I really feel like you should teach them stupid hoes a lesson. Either that or give us back somebody who deserved the blessings. I left out a bunch of names that I forgot to mention. Cost too much to pay attention and it got expensive. Father, forgive me for I know not what I do, and now I'm reaching out to you hoping you hear me and return the message. I know that you got our back and that you're not against us. Or maybe you just love us so you doing shit to test us. I just kinda thought that you would do more to protect us. They say the good die young and I ain't on the guest list. I've been drinking, Lord, forgive me as my blood racing. I don't know what I'm thinking, I'm just frustrated. I don't mean to question you, I'm just confused. I don't know what else to do, I've been patient and it sucks waiting. Took my mans from me, that forever hurts. But putting the blame on you, that'll never work. I know this ain't your fault, it's the devil's work. Devil's work.
You're just leaving the Hennessy bottle right there for the pastor to find? Oh, Lord. Yeah, that was definitely fire. You know, one thing before we go into the response, right, because that's really what people wanted. I mean, I've got various PayPals requesting the response to this, right? And I thought we should watch this first. You know, something that kind of strikes me is that, you know, he's asking for all of these people back. I agree with the words of Aldous Huxley, right? When he said that the primary appetite of the human soul is to throw off the illusion of the self, right? We're trying to ameliorate this illusion that we are separate from the whole. And I think that that's what you achieve when you are with God, right? The Bible says to be absent from the body is to be present with God. And so in dying, it's unfortunate for those who remain here, but for the soul, it's the final destination. It's what everything was for. And so to say that you want those people back, I understand, you know, egoically that, man, I'm missing, you know, this person that I had access to, their wisdom, their insights, all of those things. But I don't think that the soul that is present with God and one with God, at least according to the mystic, would want to return to that state of limitation and finitude and appetite. Respectfully, guys, we're going to go right into Bizzle's response here. Give me just a second. Let me see here. Okay, yeah, we've got it right here. Respectfully.
Joyner, I hear you going through some things and it's getting tough, but I see you got my word with you. It's a shame how the pain only thing make you pick it up. And you complain when it rains.
Wait a second, bro. We're 10 seconds in, bro. Bizzle comes out with some really heavy points there. It's like, you know, a lot of us only reach out to God. We kind of treat God as if he's a cosmic slot machine. You know, a lot of Christians don't understand prayer. They say, oh, you know, my prayer isn't working. It's like, you know, a conversation isn't supposed to work. You remember Jesus's prayer was just like, you know, aggrandizing God and just recognizing how amazing and beautiful God is. And then by the time it came to the supplication part, the part where you ask for things, that was very small. The majority of the prayer was just saying, let your will be done and just be as great as you are, right? But when we, especially, capitalist Western society, we have prayer all messed up. We only reach out to God when we need something. We're only 10 seconds in and I'm talking too much. Bizzle, please cook, sir.
Got my word with you, it's a shame how the pain, only thing make you pick it up.
Wow.
And you complain when it rains just once, but I never hear thanks for that 100 days with the sun. Could've ran to me first, ran to the drink first, and now I gotta have this conversation with you when you drunk. See, before I even start addressing it, I don't owe you any answers, so don't get used to it. But I feel like you being genuine. But the truth is you can't handle the truth, Lucas. But you kept it a buck, and I love that. If I
Ooh-wee. Bizzle, please slow down, bro. He's like, now I gotta have the conversation with you when you're drunk, right? He's like, look, do you think God can reach you in a cognitively limited state? Well, of course, God can reach you, when you're drunk, right? But there's a thing about cognitive limitation. Your salience landscape becomes really foggy. He's like, look, you could have come to me first. We could have had this conversation, with you in kind of in a more receptive mode. But you ran to the drink first, and then afterwards you ran to the Bible as if, kind of treating me as a slot machine. You kind of feel what I'm saying there. Let's continue.
But the truth is you can't handle the truth, Lucas. But you kept it a buck, and I love that. If I kept it a buck back, could you take what you stepping in? I know it's other folk that feel like you, so first thing I'ma do is let you know who you questioning. I am the God who created the earth. I knew you start feeling yourself, so I made you from dirt. Ain't no battery in your body, so who made...
I knew you'd start feeling yourself, so I made you from dirt. It's like, remember, you have the same thing in your body as is found in the universe. What did Carl Sagan say? You are star stuff, right? The same thing found in the stars as your body and all that stuff is made from the same thing. Don't get full of yourself, right? Don't imagine that the egoic mind, which is a process of kind of, ignoring and foregrounding, is capable of accessing the ways of God, sir. Bizzle, please talk to him.
The earth. I knew you start feeling yourself, so I made you from dirt. Ain't no battery in your body, so who making it work? I made the earth perfect, it's y'all making it worse. Who put the seed in the fruit, put the fruit in...
I made the earth perfect, it's y'all making it worse. The earth was a reflection of God. God called it good when he was making it, right? And Jesus said there's nothing good but God. And so the universe and everything in it is merely a reflection of him, right? Mankind is an instance of divine self-realization in the material world. Continue talking.
Earth, I knew you start feeling yourself, so I made you from dirt. Ain't no battery in your body, so who making it work? I made the earth perfect, it's y'all making it worse. Who put the seed in the fruit, put the fruit in the tree, and that tree in another little seed but me? Then turn around and made you the same way after that. For you was in your daddy's sack, and his daddy's sack.
Stop talking. Listen, hold on. Bizzle, hear me out. Listen, family, I know Bizzle. I talked to Bizzle, I just caught up with him the other day. If any rapper talks about my daddy's sack, then it's hands, buddy. And I'm not even a fighter really like that. You know what I'm saying? Pardon me, Bizzle. I don't want any smoke. Don't come after me, sir. Your daddy's sack is crazy. But the point still stands. He's saying, look, you're essentially an apple. With seeds bearing trees, and those trees bearing fruit, and those fruit bearing seeds. You are the same thing. Don't get full of yourself and assume that you can speak to the creator, right? He's saying that the apple tree has more sense. This is crazy, buddy.
Around and made you the same way after that. For you was in your daddy's sack and his daddy's sack. I am the one that put breath in your lungs and created the same mind that you question me from. You were lost, I'm the way, I'm the potter, you the clay, and that's...
I created the mind that you question me from. See, listen, Bizzle thinks on a different level. He's saying, Joyner, you questioning me is like Romeo questioning Shakespeare. Bro, it's like Bizzle has kind of the ability to transcend, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I mean, hear me out. I think Bizzle gets it. I don't think he's my fellow mystic. I think we would have a disagreement on that. Maybe we'll have an exchange, publicly in the future. Maybe. But phenomenal.
Created the same mind that you question me from. You were lost, I'm the way, I'm the potter, you the clay, and now the clay got something to say. Okay, you can never check me, so check this. Your standard for right and wrong is me. I am the checklist, I am right. Wrong is whatever you're left with. I am life, you without me is what death is.
Yow! Every single bar, almost every single bar. Listen, I say it all the time. God, when we say God is good, it's like, okay, yeah, but that's not quite good enough, right? In reality, God is the superlative that makes the category of good and evil make any sense at all. Fam, if me and you were driving to Walmart and you said I made a wrong turn, the term wrong only makes sense because we have a destination. It isn't that Walmart is right or wrong. That's the destination that makes all of the comparative terms make sense. God is in that same mode. Bizzle is understanding here that to call me out is to call out the superlative that makes right and wrong make any sense at all. It makes no sense to say that God could possibly make an error. And guys, we're getting into, some, metaphysics and, theology and all that stuff. And I don't mean to get, long-winded, but Bizzle is speaking my language here. Continue to talk, please.
I am right. Wrong is whatever you're left with. I am life. You without me is what death is. I am the judge. You answer me. If I throw lightning, who throws it back at me? Nobody. And if all this falls, who can stand but me? You go to the cross for you cross-examine me. You say I made mistakes, you mistaken me. You made gods out of men who were clay to me. You put lives over lives that you ain't create, then feel away, cause all flesh the same to me.
Bro, I'm telling you, man, like Bizzle's, and this isn't a clapback, right? This isn't beef, right? He's like, look, you kept it real, and so I'm gonna keep it real back. Can you handle that? Right? Go to the cross before you cross-examine me is probably the bar of this entire song. But he says, you made gods out of men who were clay to me. Think about that. God is no respecter of persons. I don't even think that God cognizes, right? Cognition is the process by which we foreground and background things. See, human beings, we gain knowledge by means of ignorance. If you're paying attention to my voice, it's only because you're ignoring background noises. But God is in no way ignorant. God ignores nothing, and he foregrounds nothing. He's like, look, there's no respect here. I don't respect all of these men like you respect them. That's something very important to remember.
You put lives over lives that you ain't create, then feel away, cause all flesh the same to me. What if some of the people you naming to me wasn't really everything that you made them to be?
Damn.
Or worse, what if they are and I take them with me? Are you telling me it's any better place they could be? Either way.
Right. This is what I said before. Like, why would you take them out of paradise assuming they would want to return here? Isn't your suffering proof that there's a better place?
What if they are and I take them with me? Are you telling me it's any better place they could be? Either way, you don't know, you just gotta push through. Cause while you over here saying what I should do, somebody lost somebody last week and came at me the same way saying I should've took you. You asked.
Guys, if you guys are familiar with the Twilight Zone, you guys remember that show? It was a very uncanny kind of show. It wasn't horror, but it was uncanny sci-fi, right? And there was an episode on Twilight Zone where, they would bring a button to you and they would give you a certain amount of money if you press the button. And you're like, okay, well, what happens when I press this button? And they say, someone in this, someone dies. And don't worry, the person is only within a mile radius and, you don't know them. And so it's not going to affect you at all. Will you press the button and take the money? And people are like, I guess, press the button, take the money. And then the person leaves and the guy says, where are you going? And they say, I'm going next door. Right. And it's like, it's like, you mean it might be me next time? It might be someone that I know next time? You guys remember that episode? That reminds me of that bar.
Somebody
right? Somebody is doing the same thing. You forget. You think it's only you who's asking to bring people back and let other people go, as if you have no enemies? Should I grant all the wishes? And if not, what makes you special? Right? Guys, he's saying all the right things here.
Last week and came at me the same way, saying I should have took you.
Wow.
You asked why the good die young, but the truth is none of y'all are good, not one. The only one ever been good's my son. So to answer your question, the good died once. Jesus. What if I told you to choose when your mom died? You think you could choose when your mom died? If you put it off 20 years away, 20 years later when that day came, would you not cry? You couldn't be God, you are not I. My ways are not yours, your thoughts are not mine. You can't even deal with the pressure of your own life when you're not high. Try looking in the God mind. See, I love them more than you ever did, more than you ever could. Death doesn't lessen it. Let my own son meet death as the evidence, and I love him.
See, here's the thing, man. Like, sometimes Bizzle will get at you. It's not just for Joyner Lucas. I'm not sure if Joyner has heard this. I mean, leave it in the comments below. Correspond with me. Has Joyner mentioned hearing this? I mean, this, I think, has 2 million views on it, right? I mean, this might have come across Joyner's desk. But I mean, Bizzle is talking more than Joyner here. He's talking to all of us, right? Who think that we can approach God in a certain way, or who that have reached kind of a level of, cognitive arrogance to where we assume, hey, you know what? If I was God, I would have done X, Y, Z.
Ever could, death doesn't lessen it. Let my own son meet death as the evidence, and I love them all, rap star to the president. The real question is, what you living like? If I punish every sin, would you live tonight? So how you get mad when I get them other folks same chances I give you to get it right? You got a son that one day will be a man. You expect him to trust you and he don't understand or even know what you up to, cause he knows that you love him, right? So trust that I love you.
Family, hear me out. Hear me out, please. He said, you know that your son knows that you love him, so know that I trust you. Know that I love you, right? John Vervaeke out of the University of Toronto is a cognitive scientist who's my favorite. I mention him on the channel all the time. He has this quote. He says, as the child is to the adult is to the sage. As the child is to the adult is to the sage. And listen, I have a child, I have a 5-year-old, and my 5-year-old has no idea what we're having for lunch today. She has no idea what we're having for dinner, nor does she know where these things come from necessarily. I mean, she's old enough now, she goes to the grocery store with them, she understands groceries and things like that. But she just has trust. She's like, they love me, they're going to take care of me. She doesn't know what she's going to wear necessarily, right? And it's interesting that sometimes we forget that the ways of God are higher than our ways, just like the ways of the adult are higher than the ways of the toddler. The toddler doesn't get it, fam. One of the biggest lessons I ever had as a father, my daughter, she couldn't attach to the nipple, right? And so she had to have kind of this little surgery only weeks after she was born. And she had to have like this cut on the inside of her lip, just so that she could, attach more. And, she was, there I am, her dad and her mom kind of holding her down as the doctor kind of makes this incision, and she's too little to have like anesthetics or anything. So she's in this pain and she can't understand why mom and dad are holding her down instead of helping her, right? She just doesn't have the requisite cognition, right? Her mind isn't developed. She doesn't get it. She's just in pain. And in that moment, I felt like God was revealing to me something that is like, hey, when you're being held down and when you're in that kind of pain, I know that you don't understand, right? That's why you have to trust, right? Your daughter doesn't understand that this pain is ultimately for her benefit and her development. I know I talk too much, right? Family, correspond about this. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that, obviously. Hit the hype button if that option is available. Family, until next time, stay balanced, please.